Hello and welcome to our channel.
We're here to entertain you with some Boss movie reactions.
Let's get started. Hello everybody and welcome to Boss Movie Reactions. We are very happy that you guys are here yet again for another movie night.
Yes.
Very exciting.
Exciting stuff.
Yes.
Man, we had such a blast this weekend.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
We got to be on our first podcast, which was awesome. Shout out to Joshua at Comics, Culture, and Cosplay. Thank you so much for having us. That was so fun. That
was awesome. And once it comes out, we'll mention it again.
Yes.
All right. Now let's go to our shout outs. First, we want to say thank you so much to Ploppill34. That's Christian again. Amazing. He gave us another super thanks. And I think that's super thanks number 8. That's amazing.
Whoa.
And at the same time, he became a YouTube member. So thank you so much, Christian.
Thanks,
You're
Christian.
A super supporter.
So Kevlar just became a Boss champion. Thank you, Kevlar, Kevin, on Patreon. So thank you so much.
Look at the cute kitty with the glasses.
Yeah, that is so cute. Like one time we had our cat Lucy.
Yes.
I put big glasses on her. Oh, she looked so cute. Maybe I'll pull up the photo. You'll show it right here.
And then we have Chi Gooding. He upgraded his membership on Patreon from Boss Supporter to Boss Champion.
Yes.
And I think one of the reasons might be that now, if you want to support us and watch all the videos without any advertisement in it, no annoying commercial breaks, nothing, you can now go to Patreon and sign up for the second tier, become a Boss Champion, and you'll get all the videos without advertisement. So that's worthwhile, you know, that's awesome. I just uploaded them last week, so enjoy that new feature.
Yes. And we have Myra Jean, who became a YouTube member and gave us super thanks. So Myra, thank you so much.
Oh, she looks like such a sweet woman.
You do look so sweet, Myra. Thank you for your support.
Awesome people we have. Now we're coming to the movie, and as you know from the title, it's going to be Network 1976. Now this is the first time that somebody is sponsoring this reaction. You guys were asking for this option and now we provided that, and Chi Gooding is the first sponsor, and he sponsored the movie Network. And if you want to become a sponsor, it's actually very simple. You can read some instruction down in the description, but it pretty much comes down to you're submitting a bunch of movies, your favorite movies, and then we'll discuss to see if we haven't seen them and if the subject interests us, and then we do a one-time transaction and you will become the sponsor of the next reaction video. No monthly fees like other reaction channels, just a one-time transaction and you become a sponsor. So thank you so much, Chi Gooding, for sponsoring Network, and here we go.
I like his turkey hat too.
Yeah, it looks like he's working at Trader Joe's. You see that red,
right
thing? Yeah.
I love Trader Joe's. That's
yes,
like one of my favorite stores.
Awesome. So here we go. Network. 3, 2, 1, action.
This story is about Howard Beale, who was the network news anchorman on UBS TV. In his time, Howard Beale had been a mandarin of television. In 1969, however, his fortunes began to decline. He became morose and isolated, began to drink heavily, and on September 22nd, 1975, he was fired, effective in 2 weeks.
I jump out of bed, and I say to the cabbie, take me to the middle of the George Washington Bridge. He says, don't do it, buddy. You got your whole life ahead of you.
Oh, they're having a good time.
They sure are.
I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna blow my brains out right on the air.
Oy.
Right in the middle of the 7 o'clock news.
Oh. That's dark.
Get a hell of a rating, I'll guarantee you that. 50 share easy.
You think so?
Don't give me ideas.
We could make a series out of it. Suicide of the week.
Dark.
I love it. Suicides. The death hour.
The Death Hour.
Sunday night show for the whole family.
Oh my gosh.
That's the mind of a media person, eh? So yes, 2 more weeks to go.
So he's gone?
Yeah,
What do we got left?
that's what he said at least.
Gun control, Patty Hearst affidavit.
Is that a shot?
Shot of whiskey, maybe.
Hello, Howard. How are you?
Okay.
Right before he goes.
Cue, Howard.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like at this moment to announce that I will be retiring from this program in 2 weeks' time because of poor ratings. I have decided to kill myself.
What'd she say?
I'm going to blow my brains out right on this program
What?
a week from today.
10 seconds to commercial.
They're not even
Tune in next
listening.
Tuesday. We ought to get a hell of a rating out of that.
Won't tell us
50 share. Easy.
This dude is crazy.
Hey, Ellison.
They don't even notice or what?
They're just all
Howard just said he was going to kill himself next Tuesday.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know. He just said he was going to blow his brains out.
We're back on in 11 seconds.
10 seconds.
Get him off.
What's the matter with you, fella?
Trouble down here.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh.
Dumb schmuck.
Arthur, anything listenable?
Crazy.
Frank Hackett just walked in.
We had to abort this.
Nelson.
The ratings will go up.
They definitely will.
What page are you putting it on?
That's how sick people are.
You're off the air as of now.
Wants to talk to you.
Who's replacing Beale?
Oh, that's Robert
Duvall.
Duvall.
Howard Beale interrupted his network news program tonight to announce that he was going to kill himself.
How are we handling it?
Oh, Holloway's going to make a brief statement at the end of the show that Howard's been under great personal stress, etc.
We've got a stockholders meeting tomorrow at which we're going to announce the restructuring of management plan, and I don't want this grotesque incident to interfere with that. You better have some answers for some of those nuts that always come to stockholders.
Mr. Beale has been under great professional and personal strain.
I've had it up to here with your credit division and its annual $33 million deficit.
You keep your hands off my news division, Frank. We're responsible to corporate level, not you.
We'll goddamn well see about that.
33 million deficit.
It's a lot.
I'm sorry, Bill. This Beale business.
It's all right. Diana asked if she could sit in on this.
Fine.
I think you'll like this footage better than the stuff I showed you last time.
What we're going to see now is something really sensational. Well, that's the great Ahmed Khan. He's their leader.
You mean they actually shot this film while they were ripping off the bank?
Well, yeah, wait till you see it.
Whoa.
This is terrific stuff. Where did you get it?
I got everything through Lorene Hobbs. She's my contact for all this stuff.
Oh gosh.
All right, put him on.
Listen, Max, I'd like another shot.
Oh, come on, Howard.
I'd just like to come on, make some brief farewell statement, and then turn the show over to Jack Snowden. You and Harry can check the copy.
I think it'll take the strain off the show, Max.
Well, okay. And no booze today, Howard.
No booze.
Well, make sure he doesn't have a gun. That would be my #1 concern.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's got about 8 minutes of a bank robbery that is absolutely sensational. Authentic stuff actually shot while the robbery was going on. She's in the movie shooting off machine guns. I think we can get a hell of a movie of the week out of it, maybe even a series.
A series out of what? What are we talking about?
Maybe they'll take movies of themselves kidnapping heiresses, hijacking 747s, bombing bridges, assassinating ambassadors.
Yeah, that would be great.
A series about a bunch of bank robbing gorillas?
Why not? Look, I sent you all a concept analysis report yesterday. Did any of you read it?
Nope.
Well, this concept analysis report concludes the American people want somebody to articulate their rage for them. I want a show developed based on the activities of a terrorist group. So I want ideas from you people. That is what you're paid for. Oh, and by the way, the next time I send an audience research report around, you'd all better read it or I'll sack the fucking lot of you. Is that clear?
But the business of management is management. The division producing the lowest rate of return has been the news division. The new plan calls for local news to be transferred to owned stations divisions. And in effect, the news division would be reduced from an independent division to a department accountable to network.
They're not gonna like that.
Why wasn't I told about this? Now, if you're trying to get me to resign, that's one hell of a way to do it.
We'll talk about this tomorrow at our regular morning meeting.
Shade.
Well, he can do angry news now.
In 5, 4.
Oh, they do it,
3,
huh?
2.
Yeah. Guess they're letting him on. They're trusting that he's gonna play by the rules.
Yesterday, I announced on this program that I was going to commit public suicide. Well, I'll tell you what happened. I just ran out of bullshit.
All right, cut him off.
Leave him on. He's saying that life is bullshit, and it is. So what are you screaming about?
Man is a noble creature that can order his own world. Who needs God? Believe me, that man is full of bullshit. You don't have anything, Hanks.
This is going out live to 67
I don't have any
affiliates.
Leave him on.
Mr. Hackett's trying to get through to you.
Tell Mr. Hackett to go fuck himself.
I don't have any bullshit left. I just ran out of it, you see.
Nice farewell.
If we could just have one statement about Mr. Beale.
Oh, they all want to talk to Howard Beale, huh?
The way I hear it, Max, you are primarily responsible for this colossally stupid prank.
That's the fact.
Doesn't seem to be anything more to say.
I took this job with your personal assurance that you'd back my autonomy against any encroachment. But ever since CCA acquired control of UBS systems, Hackett's been taking over everything. Now, who the hell is running this network? You or some conglomerate called CCA?
Your position is no longer tenable, regardless of how management is restructured. I will expect your resignation at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we will coordinate our statements.
Another one bites the dust.
Every day, 5 days a week for 15 years, I've been sitting behind that desk, the dispassionate pundit. I wanted to say what I really felt.
Knock it off, Arthur.
He's more interested in the news.
The overnight ratings come in.
They're on your desk.
These are those 4 outlines submitted by Universal for an hour series. The first one is set in a large Eastern law school, presumably Harvard.
Next one.
The second one's called the Amazon Squad. A crusty but benign managing editor who's always getting...
You know, Barbara, the Arabs have decided to jack up the price of oil another 20%. There's a civil war in Angola, another one in Beirut. And the whole front page of the Daily News is Howard Beale. Call Mr. Hackett's office, see if he can give me a few minutes this morning.
That's the horse she wants to bet on.
Did you see the overnights on the network news? It has 27 share in both cities. Last night, Howard Beale went on the air and yelled bullshit for 2 minutes, and I can tell you right now that tonight's show will get a 30 share at least.
Oh, for God's sakes, Diana, are you suggesting we put that lunatic back on the air yelling bullshit?
Yes. I think we should put Beale back on the air tonight and keep him on. We just increased our audience by 20 or 30 million people in one night.
Wow.
I want that show, Frank. I can turn that show into the biggest smash on television. I see Howard Beale as a latter-day prophet. Monday through Friday, that, I tell you, Frank, could just go through the roof. One show like that could pull this whole network right out of the hole. Now, Frank, let's not blow it.
Well, she's surely passionate about
She
that.
sure is.
I'll get back to you, Diana.
There's hope.
All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
We're not a respectable network. We're a whorehouse network, and we have to take whatever we can get.
Whorehouse.
I don't fancy myself the president of a whorehouse.
That's very commendable of you, Nelson. Now sit down. Your indignation has been duly recorded. You can always resign tomorrow.
Is he over him? He's...
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh.
I think we ought to give it a shot. Let's see what happens tonight.
I think that Robert Duvall's character is the guy, the company that takes over the news station. So he's higher.
Take me to the middle of the George Washington Bridge.
Same story.
No, if you think that's funny, wait till you hear this. I've just come back from Frank Hackett's office, and he wants to put Howard back on the air tonight. A latter-day prophet denouncing the hypocrisies of our time.
Hey, that sounds pretty good. I think I'd like to be an angry prophet denouncing the hypocrisies of our time. Then grab it.
Well, that's going to be interesting.
I mean, people will definitely watch.
Yes.
You know?
I think he's making a serious mistake with this Beale business. So I'm going to let Hackett have his head for a while. He just might lose it over this Beale business. I'd like you to reconsider your resignation, Max. I'll have to go directly to Mr. Jensen. When that happens, I'm going to need every friend I've got. So I'd like you to stay on, Max.
I don't quite understand why he wants them to stay on, other than being a friend.
I think they're lining themselves up to take over the position if that goes all wrong and the guy gets fired. So they will be the next in line. I think. I'm not sure. But
The initial response to the new Howard Beale show was not auspicatory. The ratings for the Thursday and Friday shows were both 14, but Monday's rating dropped a point, clearly suggesting the novelty was wearing off.
Did you know there are a number of psychics working as licensed brokers on Wall Street? I met one of them last week and thought of doing a show around her. For example, she said, I just had a fleeting vision of you sitting in an office with a craggy, middle-aged man with whom you are or will be emotionally involved. And here I am. I think this lady could be very useful to you, Max.
Maybe she could do the weather.
she's full of ideas, huh?
I see you don't fancy my suggestions.
Well, you're not serious, are you?
Oh, I'm serious. The fact is, I could make your Beale show the highest-rated news show in television if you'd let me have a crack at it.
What do you mean, have a crack at it?
I'd like to program it for you. Develop it. And you and I could work this out between us. Now, that's why I'm here.
And I was hoping that you were looking for an emotional involvement with a craggy, middle-aged man.
Oh, I wouldn't rule that out entirely.
Oh.
I think Howard's making a goddamn fool of himself, and it was a fluke. It didn't work. So tomorrow, Howard goes back to the old format, and all of this gutter depravity comes to an end.
He said it was a fluke. It didn't seem...
No, the ratings went down again a little bit.
Oh.
The novelty act wore off, he said.
Okay.
I don't get it, Diana. What's your scam in this?
My little visit here tonight was a gesture made out of your stature in the industry. And because I've personally admired you since I was a kid majoring in speech at the University of Missouri.
What are you doing for dinner tonight?
Dude!
Well, I mean, she started it.
I can't make it tonight, love. Call me tomorrow.
Got to warn you, I don't do anything on my first date.
We'll see.
Oh, sucky. This girl is a freak.
It is a whorehouse, after all.
I was married for 4 years and pretended to be happy. My husband ran off with his boyfriend, and I had an affair with my analyst. He told me I was the worst lady he'd ever had. I seemed to be inept at everything except my work.
It's pretty straightforward.
All I want out of life is a 30 share and a 20 rating. You're married, surely?
25 years.
Middle-aged man reaffirming his middle-aged manhood and a terrified young woman with a father complex. What sort of script do you think we can make out of this? Is your wife in town?
Yes.
Well, then we better go to my place.
Homewrecker.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
No remorse.
I hear you. Yes.
What is this?
I don't know. I don't even know who that is.
Why me?
Newscaster.
I said, why me?
He's hearing voices now.
Okay.
The one who was on air?
I guess he just got the message to do something on air, I'm afraid.
Oh, Harry, I'm killing this whole screwball angry prophet thing. Tonight we go back to straight news.
Cue announcer.
The UBS Evening News.
Ready, twos.
With Howard Beale.
Take two, cue Howard.
Last night, I was awakened from a fitful sleep shortly after 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
And the voice said to me, I want you to tell the people the truth. Not an easy thing to do because the people don't want to know the truth. And I said, what the hell should I know about the truth? But the voice said to me, don't worry about the truth. I will put the words in your mouth. We're not talking about eternal truth or absolute truth or ultimate truth. We're talking about impermanent, transient human truth. God damn it, at least you're capable of self-preservation. And I said, why me? And the voice said, because you're on television, dummy. You have 40 million Americans listening to you, and after the show you could have 50 million. You're on TV, man. So I thought about it for a moment, and then I said, okay.
Here it goes. Oh, he's done? I was interested in hearing that truth.
Yeah.
Fire or higher?
Howard, I'm taking you off the air.
Yeah, he didn't look too happy, so.
I think you're having a breakdown.
This is not a psychotic episode. I'm imbued, Max. I'm imbued with some special spirit. It's not a religious feeling at all, as if suddenly I'd been plugged into some great electromagnetic field. I feel connected to all living things. It is a shattering and beautiful sensation. I feel on the verge of some great, ultimate truth. And you will not take me off the air for now or for any other spaceless time.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Is he okay? He's just fainted. I better get him back to my house again tonight. Help me get him up.
He just fainted. Yeah, that happens all the time with
No
people.
big
Right?
deal.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
He did have some spiritual experience.
Yeah.
Clearly. What is he muttering about?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know where he is? The son of a bitch is a hit, goddammit! Over 2,000 phone calls! We even got an editorial in the holy goddamn New York Times.
I don't know where he
That
is.
crazy son of a bitch Beale has caught on, so don't tell me you don't know where he is!
He could be jumping off a roof for all I know. He needs care and treatment. And all you grave robbers think about is that I hit.
You know, Max, by tomorrow he'll have a 50 share, maybe even a 60.
I am not putting Howard back on the air.
It's not your show anymore, Max. It's mine.
Uh-oh.
I gave her the show, Schumacher. You're fired.
Ooh.
I want you out of this building by noon.
Wow.
Some tough stuff.
Well, let's say fuck
Cutthroat.
you, Hackett.
I got a hit, Schumacher, and Ruddy doesn't count anymore. I want you out of your office before noon, or I'll have you thrown out.
Wow.
Howard Beale may be my best friend. I'll go to court. I'll put him in a hospital before I'll let you exploit him like a carnival freak.
You get your psychiatrist, I'll get mine.
I'm gonna make a lot of noise about this.
Great. We need all the press we can get.
I was going to say it's going to be good for the ratings. Thank you.
How do you do, Mr. Beale?
I must make my witness.
Sure thing, Mr. Beale.
Okay, he came in the building about 5 minutes ago.
All
VTA the oil states have ever had.
He's coming in like that.
He looks like a hot mess.
Take two, Q Howard.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know things are bad, worse than bad. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Sounds all too familiar.
I want you to get up right now and go to the window and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Go to your windows and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
He's walking out.
They're yelling in Baton Rouge. But first, you've got to get mad.
Son of a bitch! We struck the mother load!
Keep yelling and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take
He's
this
gonna go.
anymore. Get up from your chairs right now. Go.
Where you going? I want to see if anybody's yelling.
I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore!
I'm mad as hell!
Wow.
I'm not gonna take it anymore!
The Great Awakening.
I'm not gonna take this anymore!
A lot of mad people.
How influential this guy is.
He struck a nerve.
Wow.
The thunderstorm and the lightning, very appropriate.
By mid-October, the Howard Beale Show had settled in at a 42 share, more than equaling all the other network news shows
42
combined.
share.
A phenomenal state of affairs for a news show.
I'm Diana Christensen, a racist lackey of the imperialist ruling circles.
I'm Laureen Hobbs, a badass commie nigger.
Sounds like the basis of a firm friendship. We're gonna need more chairs.
She called herself a racist?
Let me tell you what I want. Each week, we open with an authentic act of political terrorism. Then we go to the drama behind the opening film footage. That's your job, Miss Hobbs. The network can't deal with them directly. They are, after all, wanted criminals.
The American masses are not yet ready for open revolt.
Miss Hobbs, I'm offering you an hour of primetime television every week into which you can stick whatever propaganda you want. We're talking about 30 to 50 million people a shot. It's a lot better than handing out mimeograph pamphlets on ghetto street corners.
I'd better check it out with the great Ahmed Khan.
Well, if she can say whatever she wants to, then why not take it, right?
Getting frisked.
You ain't gonna believe this, but I'm gonna make a TV star out of you.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Cue announcer.
Actually.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. How do you feel?
Oh, wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Howard Beale.
He went from being this, having a meltdown, almost being fired, to now star. Prophet.
We're in a lot of trouble. Because you people and 62 million other Americans are listening to me right now. Because less than 3% of you people read books. Because the only truth you know is what you get over this tube.
True.
This tube is the most awesome force in the whole godless world. And woe is us if it ever falls into the hands of the wrong people. Because this company is now in the hands of CCA. And when the 12th largest company in the world controls the most awesome goddamn propaganda force, who knows what shit will be peddled for truth on this network. Television is not the truth. Television is a goddamn amusement park. So if you want the truth, go to God. Go to yourselves, because that's the only place you're ever going to find any real truth. You're never going to get any truth from us. We'll tell you anything you want to hear. We lie like hell. We'll tell you any shit you want to hear. But you people sit there day after day, night after night. You do whatever the tube tells you. You dress like the tube. You eat like the tube. You even think like the tube. This is mass madness, you maniacs. So turn off your television sets. Turn them off now.
Oh, the networks are not going to like that.
Leave them off. Turn them off.
Thanks again. Look at the guy like, yeah, cheer, yeah.
Well, that was a truth bomb.
Please note an increase in projected initial programming revenues in the amount of $21 million due to the phenomenal success of the Howard Beale Show. And based upon the projected rate of return on invested capital, and if merger is eventually accomplished, the communications complex may well become the towering and most profitable center in the entire CCA empire.
Very good, Frank. Exemplary. Keep it up.
Buy you a cup of coffee?
Oh, yes.
You have to get back to the office?
Nothing that can't wait.
I've thought many times of calling you.
I wish you had. I've reached for the phone to call you 100 times, but I was sure you hated me for my part in taking your news show away.
All I know is I can't get you out of my mind.
All I know is my wife is out of town.
Seriously.
Where can I reach you later today?
You can't. I'll be gone all weekend.
Cheater.
That Mao Zedong hour is turning into one big pain in the ass. We're having heavy legal problems with the federal government right now. We're standing on the First Amendment, freedom of the press, and the right to protect our sources.
She gets way too excited about the news. Way too excited.
They'll hit us with conspiracy and inducement to commit a crime. We're paying these nuts $10,000 a week in order to turn in authentic film footage of their revolutionary activities, and that constitutes
He's not liking that.
to commit a crime. Let the federal government sue us. We'll take them to the Supreme Court.
Oh my gosh, lady, stop it.
And the Mao Zedong hour can start carrying.
This is just so awkward. I don't like it.
The news did it to her.
What's really bugging me now is my daytime programming.
Stop it. Just be quiet.
Lousy game shows. What do you think?
That you should shut up. Uh-oh. Telling her?
How long has it been going on?
No.
A month. I still pray to God it's just a menopausal infatuation. But it is an infatuation, Louise. There's no sense in my saying I won't see her again, because I will.
Do you love her?
I don't know how I feel. I'm grateful I can feel anything.
Say that you're in love with her.
I'm in love with her.
Get out! Go anywhere you want. Go to a hotel. Go live with her, but don't come back. Because after 25 years, I'm damned if I'm going to stand here and have you tell me you're in love with somebody else. I'm your wife, damn it. And if you can't work up a winter passion for me, the least I require is respect and allegiance. I hurt badly. Oh, say something for God's sake.
I've got nothing to say.
What?
Not even I'm sorry.
Yeah. I never meant for this to happen.
I won't give you up easily, Max.
Yeah, let him go.
I think perhaps it is better if you move out. Does she love you, Max?
I'm not sure she's capable of any real feelings.
That's promising.
The only reality she knows comes to her over the TV set. Movie of the week. But don't worry. I'll come back to you in the end. All of her plot outlines have me leaving her and coming back to you because the audience won't buy a rejection of the happy American family.
You're in for some dreadful grief, Max.
I know.
The Mao Zedong received a 47 share. The network promptly committed to 15 shows with an option for 10 more. There were the usual contractual difficulties.
Gross proceeds should consist of all funds the sub-licensee receives.
Terrorists need lawyers.
Distribution.
Don't fuck with my distribution costs.
Oh.
And give her the
Jeez.
fucking overhead clause.
Holy.
Let's get back to page 22.
You all know that she is the woman behind the Howard Beale Show.
Got the #1 show in television.
Uh-oh. What's going on now?
Because this is your goddamn life I'm talking about today. But now somebody is buying up CCA. Somebody called the Western World Funding Corporation. Who in the hell is the Western World Funding Corporation? They won't tell you.
Do you want to turn that down, please?
I will tell you who they're buying CCA for. They're buying it for the Saudi Arabian Investment Corporation. For the Arabs.
All right, Clarence, take it easy. I don't know what you're talking about. How the hell could I see it? It's just going on now.
The Arabs control $16 billion in this country.
She exposing too much truth now?
Mm-hmm.
And that's only what we know about. There's a hell of a lot more.
Kind of stuff that might get you in trouble.
For example, what we don't know about is this CCA deal and all the other CCA deals. Listen to me, goddammit. The Arabs are simply buying us. There's only one thing that can stop them. You. I want you to send a telegram to the White House. Oh, my God. By midnight tonight, I want 1 million telegrams in the White House. I want the CCA deal. Stop now. Come on. I want the CCA deal. Stop now. I want the CCA deal. Stop now. I want the CCA.
His patented feint.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Yeah.
CCA has $2 billion in loans with the Saudis. And they hold every pledge we've got. We need that Saudi money bad. Disaster. The show is a disaster.
Yeah, that's what y'all get for just caring about the ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Finished.
You're not seriously going to pull Beale off the air.
Jensen's unhappy with Howard Beale.
He may be unhappy, but he isn't stupid enough to withdraw the #1 show in television out of pique.
$2 billion isn't peak. That's the wrath of God.
I don't think Jensen's going to fire anybody.
Well, the ratings won't really suffer, yeah.
Pack it. That'll be just fine. Mr. Jensen wants to meet Howard Beale personally. He wants Mr. Beale in his office at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Again, fire or hire?
Valhalla, Mr. Beale. Please sit down.
Well, let's see what this is all about.
You have meddled with the primal forces of nature, Mr. Beale, and I won't have it. Is that clear? You think you've merely stopped a business deal. That is not the case. You are an old man who thinks in terms of nations and peoples. There are no nations. There are no peoples. There are no Russians. There are no Arabs. There is only one holistic system of systems. It is the international system of currency, which determines the totality of life on this planet.
And it still is.
And you have meddled with the primal forces of nature. And you will atone. Am I getting through to you, Mr. Beale?
No, wasn't listening.
There is no America. There is no democracy. There is only IBM and ITT and AT&T and DuPont, Dow, Union Carbide, and Exxon. Those are the nations of the world today.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
The world is a business, Mr. Beale. It has been since man crawled out of the slime. And our children will live to see that perfect world in which there's no war or brutality. One vast and ecumenical holding company for whom all men will work to serve a common profit, in which all men will hold a share of stock.
Okay.
And I have chosen you to preach this evangel.
Why me?
Your television.
Because you're on television, dummy.
Dummy?
That evening, Howard Beale went on the air to preach the corporate cosmology of Arthur Jensen.
6 million telegrams were received at the White House. The Arab takeover of CCA has been stopped. To people one, it was a radiant eruption of democracy. But I think that was it, fellas. That sort of thing is not likely to happen again. Because democracy is a dying political concept. I don't mean that the United States is finished as a world power, and I don't mean the communists are going to take over the world, because the communists are deader than we are. What is finished? It's the individual that's finished. It's the single solitary human being that's finished. Because this is no longer a nation of independent individuals.
So he's saying what they want to say now.
So,
Sounds like it.
the whole world is becoming humanoid, creatures that look human but aren't. The whole world's people are becoming...
It was a perfectly admissible argument that Howard Beale advanced. It was, however, also a very depressing one. Nobody particularly cared to hear his life was utterly valueless. The Howard Beale show had dropped 1 point in the ratings, and its trend of shares dipped under 48.
You're his goddamn agent, Lou. I'm counting on you to talk some sense into the lunatic. Nobody wants to hear about dying democracy and dehumanization. Tell him! You know, you could help me out with Howard if you wanted to. He listens to you. You're his best friend.
Tired of all this hysteria about Howard Beale.
Mm-hmm.
After living with you for 6 months, I'm turning into one of your scripts.
What did you expect?
Mm-hmm.
There's some real, actual life going on here.
Well, there was with your wife, too.
I went to visit my wife today because she's in a state of depression, and I feel lousy about that.
And you should.
Mm-hmm.
I feel guilty and conscience-stricken, and all of those things that you think sentimental, but which my generation calls simple human decency.
Took a long time for him to realize that.
Mm-hmm.
You're dealing with a man that has primal doubts, Diana. I'm the man that you presumably love.
Yeah.
I live here. I'm real. You can't switch to another station.
Of course
Yes,
she
you
can.
can.
Absolutely.
What exactly is it you want me to do?
I just want you to love me, primal doubts and all.
Just don't know if she can do that, though.
Mm-mm, I don't think so.
And he's asking her to be someone else.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
And he should have known that. He actually knew it.
That. He
Yeah,
even
that's why he's
said it.
such a fool.
He even said to his wife, I'm not sure if she's capable of these feelings.
I'll be with you in a minute, Matt.
He just left his whole family for
By the
this.
first week in July, the Howard Beale show was down 11 points. Hysteria swept through the network.
You something! Do anything! We're trying to find a replacement for...
Everyone's going crazy. Everyone.
And every mountain and island was moved from its place. And
No, damn it! Turn him off!
I'm talking about...
I've got 3 more, but you've already seen the best ones.
We either go with Howard Beale or we go without him. My reports say we'll do better without him. I think we should fire Howard.
Arthur Jensen has taken a strong personal interest in the Howard Beale show. I'm having dinner with him tonight. Let me have another crack at Jensen, and then let's meet in my office at 10 o'clock tonight.
Time has come to reevaluate our relationship, Max.
Of course.
I don't like the way this script of ours is turning out. It's turning into a seedy little drama. Middle-aged man leaves wife and family for young, heartless woman goes to pot. Fact is, Max, that you're a family man. But I am incapable of any such commitment. Sorry for all those things I said to you last night. You're not the worst fuck I've ever had. Will you go back to your wife?
I'll give it a try, but I don't think she'll jump at it. I'm more concerned about you. I figure a year, maybe 2, before you jump out of your 14th floor office window.
Stop selling, Max. I don't need you.
You need me badly, because I'm your last contact with human reality.
Then don't leave me.
It's too late, Diana. There's nothing left in you that I can live with.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
You're one of Howard's humanoids, and if I stay with you, I'll be destroyed. Like Howard Beale was destroyed. You're television incarnate, Diana. Indifferent to suffering, insensitive to joy, war, murder, death. All the same to you as bottles of beer.
Very true.
That he knew all that before.
Yeah, he did.
You're madness, Diana. And everything you touch dies with you.
Some hard words.
Yeah.
But not me. Not as long as I can feel pleasure and pain.
So I guess he needed to be with her in order to get in touch with those feelings again.
And it's a happy ending.
Because he said to his wife, like, I don't know, I'm just glad to feel anything.
Yeah. True. True.
Wayward husband comes to his senses, returns to his wife, with whom he's established a long and sustaining love. Heartless young woman, left alone in her Arctic desolation. Final commercial. And here are a few scenes from next week's show.
Tragic.
Mm-hmm.
Good writing, you gotta say.
All right, the big meeting. Decision time.
Mr. Jensen thinks Howard Beale is bringing a very important message to the American people. So he wants Howard Beale on the air, and he wants him kept on. Mr. Jensen feels we're too catastrophic in our thinking. He didn't really care if Howard Beale was the #1 show on television or the 50th. He didn't really care if the Beale show lost money. He wants Howard Beale on the air, and he wants him kept on.
Because he spreads his message.
Where does that put us, Diana?
That puts us in the shithouse. That's where that puts us. We're talking about a 10-point differential in shares. I think Joe ought to spell it out for us. Joe?
The indication we're talking $45 million loss in annual revenues.
You would describe Mr. Jensen's position on Beale as inflexible?
Intractable and adamantine.
So what do we do about this Beale son of a bitch?
What you can
Kill him.
I suppose we'll have to kill him.
What?
Hey.
No way.
I don't suppose you have any ideas on that, Diana.
What would you fellas say to an assassination?
Wow, they're serious.
I think I can get the Mao Zedong people to kill Beale for us. In fact,
Holy.
It'll make a hell of a kickoff show for the season.
It's so
Yay.
horrible. I was joking.
It could be done right on camera, in the studio.
Gosh, I hope they don't really go through this.
If Beale dies, what would our continuing obligation to the Beale Corporation be? I know our contract with Beale contains a buyout clause triggered by his death or incapacity.
We're talking about a capital crime here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody mentioned that.
Oh, that guy looks suspicious. Okay, that's the guy. Since they're not following him. Oh my gosh, I really hope that they're just like, this is ridiculous if that's the case.
Well, the issue is, shall we kill Howard Beale or not?
Look, I don't see we have any option, Frank. Let's kill the son of a bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. How do you feel?
Take it anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, Howard Beale.
Oh!
Is that real?
Oh my gosh!
Network news show.
They had 2 killers?
As the mad
Always get 2.
was shot to death tonight in the fuselage.
Oh my gosh!
Cameras were exactly on them, you know.
Yeah. Whoa.
She's got her arms open wide.
They are wicked.
Just part of the news now.
As the great Ahmed Khan escapes.
This was the story of Howard Beale, the first known instance of a man who was killed because he had lousy ratings.
I don't think that's exactly accurate, but
Well, it is.
But he was talking too much.
Yeah, but the ratings were down.
Wow.
I mean, the whole last conversation was about the ratings.
Well, yeah, I mean, true. That is evil.
Yeah,
They all sat in a conference room, at least 6 people, chatting away,
yeah,
and then decided to kill somebody.
yeah. Just nonchalant, like, you want ice cream, vanilla or chocolate?
Yeah, we'll kill the son of a...
Yeah.
You know?
Damn.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes, wow indeed. What a subject. Still so timely, you know. Pretty amazing. A lot of truth was being said, and leave that up to you guys to figure out what's true and what's not true.
It's interesting because, I mean, what I got was that it was, I mean, from just a basic storytelling point of view, you see that a guy who, he just has enough. And he starts just speaking just whatever he feels. And it hits a core with people because I think people feel that way.
100%.
But don't say that because, you know, in polite society, you kind of keep to yourself and you don't say certain things. But man, it's kind of also like that other part though of how far can you go? Can you talk about something because risk assassination, you know?
100%.
Like you can talk as long as it's for our good. But the second it's no longer for us, just gone.
Then you gotta take the same man who actually broke out of that cycle of telling whatever the news network wants to say. He breaks out, wins everybody over, and then, like you said, he says too much, and then he gets roped in by those people, and then he becomes the mouthpiece for them to say what they want the people to know again. He's pretty much went all the way back circle to the beginning again.
Yeah, it's very
And then
interesting.
he lost his use because of the low ratings, and let's get rid of him.
Low ratings, and they couldn't really.
Cold-blooded.
They had no other choice but to kill him. Wow. Okay. Very dark, but I mean, it's. I appreciate the storytelling aspect of it. To see all the multiple storylines that took place, that was actually very interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
It will definitely make me think for the next few days. Absolutely. Yeah.
I remember this was actually on AFI's top 100 best movies. Now it all makes sense, though.
Yeah.
It really does make sense. It's a good story. And it was told very well, and it was a great writing.
Very interesting subject. Very interesting. Still very timely if you think about it. So
But yeah.
thank you so much for sponsoring this movie, Chi Gooding. That was awesome. Thank you so much. And you guys, please subscribe if you want. That would be great. And we will see you in the next one. All right? You guys take care. Bye-bye.